Hey everyone, welcome back to The Balanced Work. Let's talk about something we've all faced at work: overtime. Whether it's staying late or coming in early, overtime can really mess with your work-life balance. So today, I'll share 7 simple tips to help you say no to your boss for overtime without feeling guilty or jeopardizing your job. Let's get started. Tip 1. Be productive during regular hours. Tip number 1. Always stay busy during your normal work hours. You don't want to say no every time your boss asks for extra work. It might make you look lazy. If you're handling your regular tasks efficiently, it shows that you're already giving your best and there might not be a need for more work outside those hours. Tip 2. Ask for the reason. Next up, when your boss asks for overtime, don't be afraid to ask why. Maybe it's an emergency, and they need the help, but if it's just about rushing something or poor planning, politely suggest handling it later or with more time. Tip 3. Prioritize your tasks. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. If you're already loaded with tasks, rank them in order of importance. Handle the simpler ones first, especially if you do agree to a little extra time. It'll keep things manageable and help you stay calm. Tip 4. Offer help on your terms. Here's tip number 4. Be a team player, but on your terms. If your boss needs help, express your willingness, but be clear about what times work for you. For example, if they ask you to come in super early on the weekend when you've got family plans, let them know. Balance is key. Tip 5. Save overtime for emergencies. Tip number 5. Only agree to overtime when it's absolutely necessary. You can even let your boss know that you're open to working extra hours during critical moments, but not every day. That way, you maintain a boundary while still being flexible. Tip 6. Set flexible boundaries. Speaking of flexibility, tip number 6 is to stay flexible, but not too much. If your company has flexible hours, make it work in your favor. You don't need to always start early or stay late. Just find a routine that works for both you and your boss. Tip 7. Take breaks when you do work overtime. Finally, if you do work overtime, make sure you take breaks. Overworking will drain you mentally and physically, and that's not good for anyone. Let your boss know that while you're willing to help out when needed, you still need to maintain your well-being. Why you should say no to overtime. 10 consequences. Now, let's talk about why you should say no to overtime sometimes. Working extra hours may seem like no big deal, but it can come with some serious downsides. Here are 10 quick consequences. Less time for yourself. Overtime cuts into your personal life and can affect your mood and relationships. Burnout. Too much overtime leads to burnout, making you want to quit or lose motivation at work. Loss of self-respect. Always agreeing to overtime might make you feel like you're losing control of your time. Health issues. Long-term overtime can lead to physical and mental health problems. Hurts social life. You miss out on time with friends and family, which is super important for your well-being. Being taken advantage of. If you always say yes, your boss might take advantage of your willingness to work extra. Productivity drops. Less sleep from overworking leads to poor focus and less productivity. Guilt traps. If your boss tries to guilt you into extra hours, don't let it work. Set boundaries. Financial stress. You might think working more solves money problems, but losing your free time can add stress. Boredom. Even if your boss trusts you with more work, doing the same tasks all the time can get boring fast. So there you have it. Setting boundaries and saying no to overtime isn't just good for your personal life, but it can help you be more productive and healthier in the long run. If you found these tips helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more.